Rule Britannia. Not a single Britannian will fall in the Second World War. We are going to use the Persian strategy. And you ask, what's the Persian strategy? It's where the areas that you've conquered, you use the manpower there to represent your armed forces. So, for instance, we're going to be taking advantage of Canadian, South African, British Rajian, Malaysian, Australian, all that manpower. And that'll be the manpower that would make up the bulk of our army. We can even do this for our Air Force as well. I know, right? Air Force as well. So first of all, we don't need the ships because that ships will be British manpower. Not a British life will be lost today. We'll keep the existing Navy. That's the only bit that will remain British. Unfortunately, we cannot take control of foreign navies, so that's not a thing. And the first thing we're going to do is drop down to disarm nation. We're going to minimize the amount of manpower that actually gets used directly for our army. The disarmed nation challenge. Start off with some mills, and then all the other civies are going to build inside of the British Raj. This is important because if you don't do this, you're going to have issues with the Raj trying to break away. Oh, you pesky Indians, not today. What? Local autonomy? Did you forget it even existed? Yeah, I did. Let's make sure that we use it, take advantage of it, and build that compliance nice and high. It starts. Let us begin. Select the entirety of our army and delete it. 500,000 manpower. Wow. Damn, we get so much manpower for Britain, don't we? And Air Force. Do you know what we're going to do with the Air Force? That's right. Merge it. Delete it. Now, here we go. A feature they added in Together for Victory that you probably forgot they even added. Recruit and deploy. Click on View Templates of Subjects and Exiles in Government. The British Raj. And we can train British Rajian divisions now. Boom. How many? 35 will do. Boom. And you have to train them locally. And also what we can do is ask Malaya for manpower support. And that's basically all the manpower for the garrisons in mostly Africa, which is insane if you think about it. Ah, that's right. The British Raj are getting other nations to do their bidding, doing all the dirty work. The Raj troops are ready to the UK to defend it. Hey, when you've got the command power, send an attaché to the Republicans. Boom. Partial mobilization in 1936. Damn, that's to quickly mobilize Britain. Okay, let's make a proper tank. Armor it up. Throw on those skirts. And a proper gun. That is pretty decent. Do you really need radio? Do we need radio? Yeah, not really. Just makes it more expensive. No, add the machine guns. There we go. That's it. Okay, we're going to need the Chief of the Air Force too. And we're going to go for night operations. They're all pretty much the same anyway. And look at that XP. Trickling in to make ourselves a Hawker Hurricane. And it's pretty much going to be the meta. Did you know there were more Hawker Hurricanes in the Battle of Britain than Spitfires? Boom. Mind explosion. Your mind has been blown. I was just looking at trains for a second. And I noticed the British train, the most improved one, is called the WD Austerity. God, there's nothing more British than this. Oh, look, the Raj. You want to become more integrated? Hey, listen, I didn't want this, but the British Rajian people want it. So, boom. Take away their autonomy. Technically, the British Raj now is just a civilian economy powerhouse. More civilian factories. More. The British Special Relief of Command. Very OP, only for democratic nations. Make sure you get it. And what this has done now, because they've become a more integrated puppet, is we're actually using less of our own manpower, more of their own manpower, resulting in them having zero manpower and also having divisions that are kind of lacking manpower. They were like, no, less British, more Indians. Stanley Baldwin has resigned. Oh no, we got the Chamberlain. Hard times for Britain. Yeah, I know. Every single game, I always go down the appeasement path. I like to kind of play historical and play up to like the proper World War II start date. I get the most enjoyment from that. I don't know why. And you guys are always like, oh, you should intervene early and end the war. But then that's not very fun because they wouldn't get very strong Germany. So it's not very interesting. Hey, you play the way you want to play, okay? I'm going to tell you guys a little secret that most of you are not even aware of. You don't have to use manpower of your own nation. And it's using the government in exile mechanic. So if I pop into the UK right now, I say create a fighter air wing with our latest models. Oh yeah, beautiful. And we hop into here and click on the flag and we're like, yeah, that's right. We're going to use Ethiopians as our manpower. It's so stupid. And there you go. We now have Ethiopian pilots. Exercise to level 3, boys. Very efficient use of manpower. More civilian factories. More. Issue gas masks. I never usually do the Chamberlain path, but this is kind of new to me. Stability, war support, embargo Germany. Can we embargo Germany now? No, they need to have generated 15 world tension. Okay, I guess Sudeten is when that happens. Boom! The Raj wants less autonomy. No problem. No problem at all. Please, dismantle our freedoms We want to be subjects of Britain. No problem. No problem at all. Boom! The Munich Agreement. Peace for time. And then we can issue an embargo. Boom. Actually, kind of doesn't make sense, that, does it? We've come to an agreement between Britain and Germany. We've actually agreed on something and then immediately embargo them. Doesn't even make sense, does it? Oh, look, and all the embargoed messages. Damn, Germany's not getting any rubber now. I wonder if that will damage the Air Force for Germany. I suppose they can get rubber from a lot of other places, can't they? Okay. And we can return to the military factories now. Boom, boom, boom. Build. All right, let's do something a little bit different. We always do the same thing every single game and it gets a bit boring. So what we'll just do is like forget Libya. Just be like, you know what? I want a little bit of Sicily from the get-go. And boom, tip of the spear, logistics focus. Off you go, lads. The perfect division. Light tank. We do two light tanks. Artillery support, AA. Do armored light recon as well to add even more tanks to the division. Ooh, that's a good idea. I think that looks pretty good. We're behind on light tanks by a massive margin. Okay, too many. That's good. And then the artillery. Yes, that's it. That's the one. Brave Ethiopian fighter pilots. Head in, do the damage. Because we've embargoed them so early, I have a funny feeling that their air force is going to be a lot weaker than usual. We'll see. Raj troops led by Ethiopian generals invading Sicily in 1939. This is a British dream, right? Oh, no, no, Mr. Mussolini. Oh, no, no. Damn, that could have not been any easier. Who says you need Africa before you invade Italy, right? So, hang on, I just realized something. Because these are exiled leaders, and we're fighting Italy, the nation that capitulated them. Are we getting an attack bonus here? I think we are. Okay, I'm really curious to see what's going to happen here. So we've lost all of Africa. However, Mussolini's about to get deposed. So what's going to happen here? Are we going to get Africa back? I actually don't know. It's like there's nothing here at all. We're just breezing through the nation. Just a walk in the park, lads. Mussolini has been deposed. And we take all of Italy. And are they capitulated as well? Transfer the territory. So Mussolini still exists in Africa with 155 divisions. So they're all in Africa. Exiled Polish. Welcome to the front line. So it looked like we took Italy fairly easily, right? However, if you hop into the British Raj here, they've gained loads of autonomy from that combat. Losing casualties gains autonomy. And they gain a lot for it too. So they've hopped up from integrated puppet back to a puppet. Not good for us. So, would you know how we fix that? We build more in the Raj. More Raj building. Oh, look at these ratios. Look at this. Fighter, meta, too strong. This is the most OP thing you can do with exiled governments. Look at this. Joint Polish-British training exercise. It costs you 25 command power, which is practically free because command power is something you tend to have a lot of anyway. And look at this, look at the XP you gain. 25 army, 50 air, 50 navy. That's insane. And you can do it again for every exiled government. So this just gains you an insane amount of XP. And there we go, we've maxed out our naval XP. We're going to be using our navy this game? Not really, we don't plan to, but hey, we've got the option now. Don't forget about the Air Force too. I think this has broken the AI because they're not doing around the Maginot. An imprisoned Germany. And do you know what? I actually don't even think they could break the lowlands. They've lost all their Air Force. Garrisons from South Africa? Yeah, sure. Nobody else. Oh, come on, Commonwealth, pull your finger out. Well, the battle on the air has already been won. The Alpine region is being dominated by the Allies. Very few losses on the Allies side. You know, in this situation, you really shouldn't put your planes up and continue to fight. You've already lost, so only fight when you can win, I guess. Or when you make it an offensive. Well, maybe they make it offensive, who knows. Understand the AI, right? An Air Force built with Ethiopians. Hey, we've started with the Ethiopians. We might as well just continue the game with them. I always love this guy. Ethiopian Panzer leader. Come on, guys. Let's be real right now. Has a Ethiopian general ever seen a tank? Okay. Deploy the mass CAS. Well, it's not CAS. It's actually a fighter bomber. I just thrown on rockets on the back of a Spitfire. Deploy the CAS. And off you go. Another CAS damage will dominate the mountains. You wouldn't even think this is how it would work. But yep, that's right. CAS do incredibly well in mountains. Full air superiority as well. So maximum defense reduction. 40%. Damn. Netherlands join the war. Make it to the front line for Germany, please. Okay, you might want to put some divisions on the front line. Okay, that was a mistake. The break has happened. Building side of India just to keep the autonomy down. Well, I have to say this is the very first time I've invaded from the south of the Alps. And they've gained so much autonomy now. They're actually slipping away now from becoming even a puppet state. Does it give a breakdown of the losses No, it says they're not even in the war. But I would guarantee that practically all of those are Raj manpower. All of those casualties. Okay, let's summarize. So right now my manpower 0 is because I'm having to use bigger portions of my manpower to feed the divisions because the Raj has secretly done a little shenanigans to break away. However, if you look into Air Force, you'll see that 2k manpower is actually my manpower, and I presume most of that is from the carrier planes because those are British ones. But everything else, if you look at the Air Force here, you can see all of them have got a little German flag, which means exiled because Germany capitulated them, I presume, which doesn't even make sense because Ethiopia's in here and they were capitulated by Italy. So what does this flag mean? I don't know, but it's not British manpower, put it that way. The garrisons are pretty funny too. If you go into garrisons here, the 169,000 manpower is used for garrisons, so not a single man is actually British that is a part of British garrisons. Most of them are Indian and a little bit of Malayan and a little bit of South African. And the breakdown of casualties is difficult because it doesn't give a breakdown per nationality if they're not in the war. What if we bring the Raj in? Now, it still says 0 casualties, even though the vast majority of these casualties that say UK are all British Raj casualties. I guess the next question is, would you deem this a success? I guess it works, but man, they gain a lot of autonomy for just fighting battles and sustaining casualties. I wonder if you can mitigate that with, like, for instance, field hospitals, because then they'll be sustaining less casualties, and then it might be kind of more worthwhile, I guess. British Balkans. I think that's got a bit of a ring to it. I like it. And this is the only way that peace in the Balkans can ever be possible. Germany is at war with Luxembourg. How? The very slow, gradual conquest of Germany by Luxembourg. Germany's now at war with Denmark. Well, Germany declaring war on Denmark as well as Norway, and then it's just asked Greece if they want to become a puppet, and they just said yes. We've got Fourth Reich, boys. Germany's at it again. This has never happened before. Germany taking a second beating. Boom! NATO. Boom! Imperial Conference. United British Empire. The rise of the Commonwealth of Nations. Still disarmed. This was the template. This was my production. Don't forget to like and subscribe, or I'm coming for you. Thank you for watching. Do you want more? Oh, YouTube's giving you more. Give this one a click. This is the next video.